Hello, Pisces, Sun, Moon, Rising, as well as Venus placements. Thank you so much for being a Time Traveler subscription-based member. I do appreciate your support. This is your full moon in Gemini message. Keep in mind, it is collective in nature, not individualized to you. And so as the messages come through today, just take them how they fit. If they fit, obviously leave the ones that don't fit, because if that's not your current journey or the narrative of what you're currently going through, it just means it's someone else's message. So take what fits, how it fits, leave what doesn't, and be sure to check out your other placements. With all of that said, let's begin tapping into the Pisces collective now for Pisces, Sun, Moon, Rising, as well as Venus placements. What is the full moon in Gemini message here for Pisces? One more shuffle here. Thank you. What do you have? Meditate. The bottom of the deck, you have air. Air and courage. Air, courage, and home. Ooh, right behind that, we have stormy. Okay. So some conversation here, information. Tell me more about this. You'll have to think about it. You'll have to contemplate this, right? Meditate on it. Tell me more about this here for Pisces, Sun, Moon, Rising, as well as Venus placements. Let's get a Moonology card here for Pisces. Meditate and air. One more shuffle here. Thank you. Meditate and air. Meditate and contemplate. New moon in Pisces. I think you're the only sign out of the 12 I did that actually got their own card. So you have information here coming. A time for healing. Balsamic moon at the bottom of the deck. And then what do you need to release? Waning moon. Okay, tell me about this. Information, communication, some offer opportunity. You'll need to think about it, meditate and contemplate it if you want it, if you want to move forward with it. Tell me more about this here for Pisces, for the full moon in Gemini message. Okay. Meditate, air, meditate and contemplate. New moon in Pisces, a time for healing. One more shuffle here. Thank you. Okay. You have the 9 of Wands. You have the 10 of Cups. You have the 7 of Cups. And you have the 8 of Pentacles. Bottom of the deck, Fool. 6 of Pentacles. 5 of Pentacles. So yeah, offer opportunity coming in. I don't think you're thrilled about it. 4 of Wands, the Hangman, and 2 of Swords. Yeah, you're not thrilled about it. It's not 100% what you wanted. It does enable you to start over. It does enable you to move forward. You can release this situation, environment, connection, whatever this is for you that's left you pretty wounded here. But I feel like because it's not 100% of what you want, you'll need to consider it. Okay, 9 of Wands. What happened here? 9 of Wands, most tarot readers call that the wounded warrior, but in the deck that I use for you, the individual is holding the Ace of Wands, so they're ready for a new beginning, possibly, right? But behind them are 8 Wands, which I keep getting. Some kind of information, communication, offer, opportunity comes in. I feel like it comes in respect to whatever is wounded you. That's why you're not sure if you can trust it or if you want to take it. Why are you in the 9 of Wands? Let's get to the bottom of that first. One more shuffle here. Thank you. The 9 of Wands, the Ace of Swords, the King of Pentacles, and the Ace of Pentacles. Bottom of the deck, 5 of Cups. Oof. 3 of Swords and the Emperor. I don't know who this person was. I think you had a lot of hope. Aces are potential. They're opportunities. And I feel like you're wounded and weary because things did not go according to plan or the way that they should have worked out with this entity. And I don't know who that King of Pentacles is to you. I don't know if this is a spouse or a partner. For some of you, could be a family member. It could be in respect to inheritances. There could be something legal here going on as well. It could be a job. I just feel like there was something false about it. I don't know. Yeah, it's like we had the opportunity to get to the 10 of Pentacles, but it didn't work out that way. Some truth came out, some conversation, something exposed the truth. Something transpired here with this entity that exposed the truth and left you wounded and left you here needing to start over. At least the feeling here for the Piscean collective is I got to start over from this. this entity is now coming forward, providing you with some kind of opportunity, some kind of like a settlement or a restart. 10 of Cups. Tell me about the 10 of Cups here. Yeah, this is coming from the entity that wounded you or something like that. That King of Pentacles is representing the entity where things were going okay and then they didn't. Kind of like, I'm getting like this, we fell off the cliff kind of thing. One more shuffle here, thank you. Because again, some conversation or truth was exposed. The 10 of Cups is clarified by the Empress, the 3 of Pentacles, and the Ace of Cups. Bottom of the deck, 2 of Cups, and the World card. So this was either like the job or the friend or the family member or the lover. You worked on this connection. You nurtured this connection. At some point, this was mutual in nature. Like with that 3 of Pentacles card, like we're all working on the end goal, right? We started this Ace of Pentacles together. We got to the 3. When you work on the 3, you hope one day to get to the 10. We never made it to the 10 here. So all of the promise of the aces to get to the Ace of Pentacles, to get to the Ace of Cups, never materialized because the connection itself came to an end. 2 of Cups to the World card. So the work situation didn't work out as planned, right? We thought we would be here forever and we would be happy and make a lot of money. And it just didn't pan out that way. Or again, friend, family member, lover. Thought we were going to be in one another's lives forever and this would really go well and we would both nurture the connection. But whatever truth or information or conversation here came into play kind of brought an end to what I think at some point both entities believed could be the 10 of Cups for them. And now we have the 7 of Cups here. So we went from the promise of the 10 of Cups to 7 of Cups. Why the 7 of Cups here? One more shuffle here. Thank you. Why the 7 of Cups? The Page of Pentacles, the 6 of Cups, and the Strength card. Okay, so now this entity returns. And I don't know why. I'll try to figure out for you why they're returning with this offer. This information, communication offer here. It's coming from this soulmate. We already saw them as the 2 of Cups. Now they're coming up as the 6 of Cups. So it is this person from the past. This entity now comes back and makes you this offer. And you seem to be confused by it. The Hermit, the Chariot, and Temperance. I don't know if I should move forward with this. I need to be very careful, right? This is a feeling for the Piscean collective. I have to go within. I don't know if I want to accept this person's, could be an apology, right? I don't know if I want to accept this person, if this is work. I don't know if I want to accept their offer to go back to work, or if they're trying to do some settlement with me to pay me for like days they owe me or time work that they owe me. I don't even know if I want to accept the settlement that they're offering. So for some of you, the entity is coming back to offer an apology, and you seem to be confused. Like, I don't know if I want to accept it. And for others of you, that apology, you know, could be like an apology of reconciliation. But again, you're like, I don't know if I want to move forward. And if it's not that, then it's some kind of like that meditate card, like some kind of mediation or settlement agreement. And you're like, I don't know if I want to do this. The 9 of Pentacles, the 5 of Cups, the 5 of Wands. Do I keep fighting for this? Like, okay, so if this is an offer of reconciliation, and the feeling here is like, I don't know if I want to fight for this again. I don't know if I want to put in the effort in that 5 of Wands. I don't know if the 3 cups spilt are worth fighting for. And if this is some kind of compromise here, or something through like mediation or compromise or a settlement, your feeling here is like, I don't know if I should just accept it, like cut my losses. And that 5 of Cups card, just kind of cut my losses, take it for what it is and just move on. Or do I want to fight for more? That's the feeling here. So you're going to have a choice here to make with the Death card. There we go. With the Death card, are we just going to accept either we're going to accept this person's apology and offer a reconciliation, we'll transform the connection, we'll move on. Make the choice to move on together, right? Rebuild together. Or I'm not accepting their apology here, their offer of reconciliation, and I'm just going to make the choice to end it, because Death card could be, I'm putting an end to it. I don't feel the connection is worth fighting for. I don't want to try again. And if this is, like I was saying, anything that has to do with legal or settlement or mediation or something, That's the feeling here is, I don't know if I want to keep fighting for it, because maybe I can transform it and actually turn this in, you know, in my favor a little bit more. Or do I just accept, cut my losses, accept what happened here, accept whatever little money that they're, you know, or whatever they're attempting to give me here, and then I could just end it and move on. So you have a choice here. You could transform it and go back to, like, I don't know if reconciling is the right word, but fighting for the connection. Yeah, I guess so. Fighting for the connection in terms of reconciliation, or letting it go, or accepting their offer. Again, whatever that offer is different for all of you. Or do I want to fight for more? Eight of Pentacles. Tell me about the Eight of Pentacles. I feel like the Eight of Pentacles is, I don't know if I want to work on fixing this, or accept what they're giving me and just work on, like, moving on with my life, or do I want to keep working to fight to try to get more? So I have like three groups of you here, and you'll have to identify which of those groups that, you know, that you're in. Tell me about that Eight of Pentacles here. One more shuffle here. Thank you. Eight of Pentacles, Seven of Pentacles, the Queen of Cups, and Judgment. Bottom of the deck, Six of Swords. So you have a decision here to make. Do I accept what they're giving me? Do I go back? I don't want to keep repeating the messages. It's wasting your time. But yeah, this is on you. This is on you to figure out. You need to make the judgment call. I'm accepting this and I'm going back to this. I'm accepting their apology. I'm going back. I'm not accepting their apology. I'm moving on. Relationship is over. I'm accepting whatever they're offering in terms of some kind of settlement here. Or I'm going to fight because I believe that I deserve more. Either way, you need to move on. Like, you can't sit here anymore in the, like, not moving on from this. You're either going to reconnect with this person, you know what I mean, or move on, or you're going to accept the offer, or you got to make a decision to fight for more. Like, I don't feel like standing still is an option anymore. We'll find out what happens if you do stand still, but I don't feel like standing still is the option anymore. Fool to the Six of Pentacles, to the Five of Pentacles. Tell me about this. Tell me about this. Fool to the Six of Pentacles, to the Five of Pentacles. One more shuffle here. Thank you. Ten of Swords, Page of Wands, and the Five of Swords. Bottom of the deck, the Devil, the Emperor, and the World. Oy, oh my God. If this is relationship based and this person's coming in with an apology, let me get a yes or no on this. If we get a Major Arcana card or an ace, that would be a yes. Is this Pisces here? Is this Pisces? Fool, Six of Pentacles, Five of Pentacles, Ten of Swords, Page of Wands, Five of Swords. Is this Pisces here? One more shuffle here. Thank you. Is this you? No. Knight of Cups. No, it's not you. Devil, Emperor, and the World. Devil, Emperor, and the World. One more shuffle here. Thank you. Queen of Wands. Oh, isn't that interesting? Okay. I thought for a second, as I started to clarify, that this is like your energy. This entity is going to, quote unquote, fight for you or fight with you. I don't know where you are here on it, but it's like they're making you the offer. Okay. You can, and I'll break it down into those different groups. Let's say it's relationship based. Something terrible happened here, and now this person comes in with an apology, and you're like, no, I don't think so. I'm not accepting the apology. This person will be relentless. This person is a bit toxic. Okay, trying to prevent the ending here. They come in again. They come in again. It's like they don't want to let you go. They're willing to fight for the connection here. They might gift you something. There could be something romantic in nature. They might try to spice things up sexually. This person does not want to, if this is an offer of reconciliation, they do not want you to move on. If this is like work related, they're coming in with an offer, some kind of raise or a promise or something like that. And you're like, I don't know. I don't think so. I think I'm just going to find another job, or no, I quit. Don't call me again. They're relentless. So whether it's a lover or it's a friend or if it's work related, they're a bit relentless with letting you go. If this is something where it's over, both parties agree we're not coming back, but there's some kind of mediation or settlement or like court thing going on, this person is not going to give you more than what is being offered here. Like if this is going to end, this is going to end on this person's terms. You want 6 pentacles, they're giving you 5. And you can say, no, I'm not accepting the 5. I'm going to fight for the 6. And they're like, nope, I'm offering you 5. And you're like, nope, I'm fighting for like they're going to fight you till the end to get the result or whatever it is here that they want. Like they're of the mindset, this is going to end. This is going to end on my terms. You're accepting my settlement. I know that I owe you for 30 days of, vacations and sick days you didn't take, but I'm only offering you 5 days. Just take it or leave it. If this is going to end, if you're going to quit or this employment contract is over, then this is ending on my terms. I'm speaking like the employer. If this is something where you're battling it with court or something, or with a credit, company, like you owe them money or something, and you're like, well, this is all I can pay you. They're like, nope, I want this. Or if they're saying this is all that they can give you, and you're like, but I was expecting more and alimony or child support. They're like, nope, if this is going to end, this is going to end on my terms. 5 of Cups, 3 of Wands, and the Hangman. And now you, again, have that decision to make. You, again, have this decision to make. Because whoever this other entity is, they're relentless. They're relentless. They want victory. If this is going to end, it's going to end on my terms. Jesus. Okay, because I have a couple of groups of you, I'm going to pull some different cards here, okay? For those of you where this is career related, can I get some cards here for Pisces? Let's do that simple 4-card spread that I do. If this is career related, this is job related, 4-card spread. One more shuffle here. Thank you. The Moon, the Page of Swords, the 8 of Cups, and the King of Pentacles. They came up before as the King of Pentacles, remember? So if this is work related, they do not want to see you leave the company. They're coming in with an offer opportunity. There's communication here, either in the full moon in Gemini or the new moon in Sagittarius on December 19th. There's another offer to kind of entice you to return to work or to entice you to stay at work. 6 of Swords, the 9 of Swords, there they are again as the Queen of Wands. So they don't have to be a fire sign, but they're the ones taking the initiative, trying to get you to not leave the company, enticing you in some way to stay at the company. Now, what if this is work related and both parties agree, you fired me, I'm leaving, or I'm quitting. Okay, they're accepting it, but they owe you some kind of money here, some kind of back pay or hours worked or something like that. If this is work related, both parties agree to this ending, but there's something here with they owe Pisces money or time worked, or there's something like that. They owe you vacation time or sick days you didn't take, personal days. One more shuffle here. Thank you. If that's your situation, Strength, Hermit, the Devil to the Devil, and the Knight of Pentacles. Bottom of the deck, King of Wands, Page of Cups, and the Hierophant. They want what they want. If this is the corporation, the Hierophant is corporation, career, and finance reading. Yes, they're making you an offer. Yes, you're going to have to go within if you accept it. Give me that Knight of Pentacles, that offer. Tell me more about that offer. One more shuffle here. Thank you. The offer. The 2 of Cups, the 6 of Swords, and the 10 of Pentacles. Bottom of the deck, 2 of Swords, 7 of Pentacles, and the Sun. It's not exactly like the full amount that they owe you. They would owe you the 10 of Pentacles. They're going to give you the 7. It's up to you if you want to accept it. Even if this is like a severance package or something. You might feel like, well, I should be leaving with that 10 Pentacles. And they're like, okay, but I'm only giving you 7. You can leave. Goodbye. Go. But we're only giving you 7. And you're going to have to decide, are you going to, sue them or get a lawyer? You know what I mean? Are you going to go through all that for the extra 3 Pentacles? I don't know. That's your decision to make. but they are offering you something. If this is any kind of corporation, entity, credit, money owed, settlement, something like that, what does Pisces need to know? Any kind of entity or corporation kind of settlement here. So far, if it was career and finance, they're giving what they're giving, and that's it. And if you're looking to quit, they're pretty relentless with wanting you to stay. Okay, if it's any other corporate entity here. Okay, that was fast. 6 of Swords. So maybe there's something legal here. Could be a lawyer or a mediator now is involved. One more shuffle here. Thank you. It could be like a mediator or a judge or a lawyer, because this is the second decan in Libra. Libra is the justice system, right? It's all about the fair and balance. So we have the High Priestess. The Knight of Pentacles shows itself again, and the Fool. So they're making you a settlement here. Look at that. 7 of Swords, the Chariot, and the 9 of Swords. You're going to feel like it's not fair. Either what they have to pay out to you, you're going to feel like it's not fair, or maybe you have to pay them more than what you thought. So if any kind of bankruptcy issue or credit issue or something like that, or you're suing a corporation and anything legal like that, yes, there is a decision coming. You'll need to go within, use your intuition. If you just want, because with that World card, you get to close this out now and you can move on from it. But it's not fair to you. Either they're not going to pay you what you feel you deserve for this lawsuit, or again, whatever this is, or you're going to have to owe them more than what you feel you should owe them. So far, in terms of corporation or entities, this message here seems to hold true, where they want what they want. If this is a relationship-based reading, friend, family member, or lover, and there's some kind of conclusion here regarding finances, or negotiation or agreement regarding finances. This is friend, family member, or lover. Tell me about that resolution of finances there. One more shuffle here. Thank you. The cards that came out of the deck. The Fool, the King of Cups, and the 7 of Wands. 9 of Wands, which is how you originally came out. Knight of Cups, there you are. There's the offer. The 8 of Cups and the 10 of Pentacles. Bottom of the deck, 2 of Swords, the Hierophant, and the 2 of Pentacles. Tell me about the offer. Tell me about that Knight of Cups. They came out here, remember, when I was clarifying them, as the Knight of Cups. So if this is, again, family, inheritance, wills, dividing up of assets, marital property, you know, divorce, anything to do with that, alimony, child support. What is the offer here? One more shuffle here. Thank you. The offer, 7 of Cups, came out twice. 7 of Cups, the Hermit, came out again, and the Star. 9 of Swords, the Tower, and the 4 of Pentacles. The offer allows you to start over. But tell me about that 10 of Pentacles. Tell me about that 10 of Pentacles. One more shuffle here. Thank you. 10 of Pentacles, Page of Swords, the communication, the 5 of Cups, and the Knight of Swords. Bottom of the deck, 10 of Cups, 3 of Swords, and the High Priestess. It's not exactly what you want, but it's enough for you to start over. I'm not sure it's worth fighting for any more than what this settlement offer appears to be. It allows you to move on. There's some feeling of loss here with that 5 of Cups, like you didn't get 100% exactly what you thought you were entitled to, or what you thought you would get. But the communication comes in and you seem to be a little like disorientated. Like you're you're disoriented. You don't know if you want to accept it. You'd like to start over. You feel like your new beginning is kind of being blocked. Like, I can't really start my new life until I close this out. The feeling here is like, maybe I should just accept what is being offered. I think you're tired of fighting. I think you're tired of fighting this entity, this family unit. If this is like wills or something like that, Ten of Pentacles sometimes could be like inheritance, wills. If this is a divorce or any kind of arbitration, mediation, this might have been going on for a long time. Maybe since Aquarius season this year, or, oh God, Aquarius season last year. So I think some of you just want to wrap it up. There's a feeling of loss here, of disappointment. It's not 100% of what you want, but it is enough to get you to be able to move forward. Anything else here regarding this that Pisces needs to know? One more shuffle here. Thank you. Two of Cups, the Page of Wands, and the Devil. This person keeps coming up as the Devil. And the Emperor to the Emperor. Look at that. The Devil and the Emperor came out one right after the other, just like they did in the other deck. I think that this is not exactly 100% of what you want, but man, does it get rid of this person. Like, you're finally free of them. This cycle is closed. This allows you now to move forward. Yeah, this allows you to move forward. Again, it's not 100% of what you want, but it's done. It's done. I'm going to get you timing on this. I would expect this communication offer opportunity, regardless of which group their message resonated to you the most. But I would I shouldn't say that. You do what you feel is right. I would expect communication from this individual. Let me shuffle your deck good and try to get you some timing. And then I want to see about this, a time for healing message here. You have a time for healing. And you have, what do you need to release? Maybe it's time to release it. Oh, behind that you have, don't let pride get in your way. And don't let your past hold you back. The answers you need are coming. Full moon in Gemini. Yeah, this information offer opportunity. Maybe it's a little bit of hurt ego or pride that is making you battle this entity. And maybe that's all. The only thing it's really doing is holding you back from a new beginning. And that's difficult to release that pride. What do you need to release? Sometimes we need to release our pride. Sometimes we know what the right thing is, the just and right thing, but sometimes life doesn't work out that way. And with that healing card, I think you have to take into account what's the toll that this is taking on you. Financially, physically, emotionally, psychologically. Like, is it worth the fight? Because Leo is typically the Six of Wands in tarot, but a low vibing Leo, yeah, they'll fight to the death, but it's because of pride and ego, more like wounded ego. Healthy ego is a good thing, but a low vibe Leo is operating from wounded ego. Make sure you're not fighting for this from a wounded ego. You know, like you're a jilted lover because this person stepped on the connection, and now you're like, I'm gonna get every nail in the wall, like I'm gonna fight them for everything. I hate, I've seen people who do that, and I understand, but at the end of the day, I don't think it's worth your peace. You know what I mean? And you're just kind of stretching out the ending when you could be focusing on this beautiful new beginning of yours. So a time for healing. Can I get some messages here for a time for healing? Because whatever this is, it seems to be chaotic and a lot of fighting and arguing and tension. So you had the air, courage, and home. Yeah, and stormy. Full moon was right behind that. If this enables you to move on, I would move on from this. I would seize this opportunity to move on and focus on healing. Tell me about healing here. Tell me about healing here for Pisces, Sun, Moon, Rising, as well as Venus placements. Tell me about healing. One more shuffle here. Thank you. Healing. The Sun card, the most healing card in the deck, is your card here for healing. The sun is warm and it's vibrant. You ever just sit out in the sun, not when it's like 150 degrees out, but when it's warm and it's on your face, it does feel good. It does feel it does feel healing. So the Sun, the High Priestess, the Seven of Cups, and the King of Swords. Bottom of the deck, Ace of Cups, Six of Swords, Page of Pentacles. Don't allow this to harden you. If you don't take the time to heal, you're going to walk away from this entire situation or environment or connection being very bitter. There's one thing to walk away with knowledge and power and now know your self-worth. All the kings in tarot know their self-worth. They know their self-value, right? But the King of Swords can become bitter or hardened as well because of what they have gone through. So I feel like it is a time to heal through this. This is you, Pisces. You are the High Priestess. There's something here to heal. Still believe in your dreams and your wishes and your fantasies and your hopes. Don't let them die. Don't let those dreams or wishes become cold. Don't let them harden just because it didn't work out with this situation, environment, or connection. I think that's why the healing here is so important for you. Tell me more about healing here for Pisces. Clarify that Sun a little bit more. One more shuffle here. Thank you. The Four of Pentacles, the Two of Wands, and the Eight of Wands. Bottom of the deck, the Fool. Your new beginning really begins the day you start healing. Like, even if you wrap up this whole settlement today or whatever this is for you, the real healing, the real ability to move forward from this is healing. Because if you don't, you're going to stay stuck and stagnant in the bitterness of what transpired here. Tell me about that King of Swords. I feel like with the King of Swords, and I'm a Gemini, so I can say this. I think the King of Swords, when it comes to being an intellectual, is a great king, right? They're smart, they're logical, they're an effective communicator, and that's great. Maybe you learned some lessons in this situation, environment, or connection, like now you'll know how to speak up for yourself. You know what I mean? Like now you're not going to shut up next time you see a red flag. You learned some very valuable lessons in terms of communication. But the King of Swords can be very cold when it comes to matters of the heart. And I just feel like don't allow this to harden your heart. One more shuffle here. Thank you. The King of Swords, the Four of Swords, heal. Heal, 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 so you don't turn into that. The King of Pentacles, so you don't turn into what you left behind or what you're leaving behind. And the Seven of Swords, don't turn into that, because bitterness will turn you into an old, miserable curmudgeon. Like the entity that you just ate a cup, you're walking away from. I can't believe how the cards came out. Eight of Cups, Knight of Wands, and the Death card. Whomever that was that you're leaving behind there. Wow. If you don't take the time to heal, you can become very bitter and resentful. And at that point, you would only be Seven of Swords yourself, sabotaging yourself. Because this entity is going to be in your rearview mirror before you know it. Let's get you some timing. Actually, let me use your deck for timing. Timing when this whole damn situation, that some of you have been battling this for a year, depending on where you are in the timeline. When is this all over for Pisces? When is this officially in their rearview mirror? When is this officially in their rearview mirror? Not every card in the deck is timing. We'll see what comes out, and then we'll try that timing deck. When is this all over for Pisces? One more shuffle. Thank you. Knight of Wands. Like within a day of you accepting that offer, whatever that is. For me, wands are days. Within a day of you accepting the offer, it's like, it's over. And the Hermit is also holding an Ace of Wands in this deck. The Moon and the Knight of Swords. Within 1 to 7 days, it's over. Of you saying yes. Wow. Anything else here in terms of timing for the Pisces who are on different timelines? Next month, January. Trust in divine timing. February. Anything else? Nope. This week. So depending on where you are, we have that full moon in Gemini this week. Maybe the offer of communication comes in this week and you need some time to think about it, or consult with a friend or a family member, or maybe legal counsel if there's some legal representation. So it'll be different for all of you. You have this week You have next month, trust in divine timing, and you have February. So over the course of the next 2 months, this is wrapping up. This is concluding for you. Yeah, that is what I have for you, Pisces. When the information opportunity here comes in, just take your time and think about it. And also think about your future, because it's being significantly delayed because of this. So if there is something here where you agree to it, but maybe, I don't know, it's a court date, you know, it doesn't happen for another month or two, I would use the next month or two to heal. So when this is finally in your rearview mirror and you move on, you're a more healed Pisces. Otherwise, you got the potential here of ending up, emotionally speaking, hardened and bitter or cold, like that entity that you left behind. And I would hate to see that. Hate to see that happen to you. So that's what I have for you, Pisces. That is your full moon and Gemini message. If you like that message, it resonated with you, you want to claim all or part of it, please be sure to click like, share, and subscribe. Hype the video if you can. Thank you so much for being a time traveler member. I do appreciate your support. Some of you had said that $24.99 price is a little high. I get it. I live in the same world, you know, global economy that you do. And I just wanted you to understand my thought process behind that price, that $24.99 price. After YouTube takes their $10 and like 50 cents, and then the state government takes their taxes, and the federal good old US government takes their taxes, I'm left with just over $9. And so because it's a new program, I didn't know how many subscribers I would get. I thought to myself, well, if I'm putting out 48 new videos for people who want to pay for them, I don't know if I'm going to get 1 people or 10 people or 1,000 people. I have no idea. This is the first week that I'm doing this. So I thought at the very least, I need to walk away with $9 a month. Like I need to at least pay for the electricity to keep the lights on to do this. So as the weeks and months progress, I hope that you do find value in these readings. I hope that they do help you with your journey. And if I ever get to a point where I have a lot of subscribers, then trust me, I'm not doing this to be greedy. I just need to put a little food on my table. So if I get to that point, I will cancel out that tier. I will create a new one with the lower price, and then you could resubscribe for the lower price. So yeah, I'm definitely not looking to be greedy, but at $9 a month, it's a little hard these days for me to get by with that. And I wanted to mention, if by chance you use an Apple device, you probably would have been charged $29.99 US dollars. And that's because Apple charges their own $5 payment fee. I did not know that. That money does not come to me. It doesn't go to YouTube. That is Apple's payment processing fee, I believe is what they call it. So if you wanted to, you could unsubscribe and then resubscribe using a non-Apple device, like a regular Windows web browser or something like that. And then you would get the actual $24.99 price. So if you want to do that, I totally understand that as well. So that is what I have for you, Pisces. That was my thought process behind the pricing. I do appreciate you being a member, and thank you for all of your support. If you're celebrating any of the holidays coming up this month, I wish you a very lovely holiday season. Good luck with this, my dear. Take time to heal. And until I read for you again, I am wishing you light, love, and peace.